Will you give me a word?
Heart.
Art? Do you make any sort of art?
Heart.
Heart.
Like a heart. Yeah.
Like a heart, like beating inside of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
My name is Peter Chinman. I'm from Massachusetts. I write poems in public spaces in New York, usually in Washington Square Park. I started at the very end of last winter. Have you ever seen Before Sunrise? It's a Linklater movie. So Julie Delpy and Ethan Hawke are wandering around the European city. They come across the guy by the river, and he offers to write them a poem. And I was like, oh wait, I should try this. And so I tried it. I went out the next day, and I found a spot in Central Park. And once I knew that I had the spot, I went out the next day, and I had made my sign. And I went out with my little park poet costume with my sign and a silly straw hat. And I sat out there and like, oh, like this makes sense. This is a reason to actually be in the city. I'm doing something I can't do anywhere else. And I was nervous, but it worked. I made like $70 that first day. And maybe like a week after that, I quit my job and just dedicated myself full-time to writing poems.
My sister's name's Emma, so that works well. I feel like there's a little connection there.
Every encounter is a little different. I usually ask people to give me a word, but that's sort of just a game I'm playing with them. There's something when you meet strangers, I think you feel it regardless, but especially when you're wearing a sign and trying to make eye contact with everybody, there's this sense that everyone is subtly reacting to everybody else, but it's a little messier and more real and intense with some people. And that's what's exciting about this.
All I ask for the day to disappear to be for a few hours free from fear floating driftless in the wake of six mimosas. Ah, and that's your name.
Yeah, likewise. I can tell you're an artist from the hat.
Starting to do this has been a very strange dream, because suddenly it seems like this might actually be a life I could live for the next who knows how long.
Plant your doubt deep, its roots shatter me into 1,000 wonders, the world's unlikely kaleidoscope.
I'm not sure exactly what a poet's role is in the park, but people seem to need something sometimes, and sometimes I can give them that thing, and those are really special magic moments. This is something that seems uniquely going out and getting to just be a part of New York, and especially like you're part, like it's for every tourist that comes over, I'm like their New York experience. Like I am the one reaching into the subconscious of New York for them and trying to show it to them, which is an absurd position for somebody who's lived here for a year. To try to be their portal to the mythology. But I don't know, it's magic. It's me wandering around, eyes peeled, just making eye contact with everybody I can. And then there's, a lot of times it's this lingering moment, and then they sort of motion me over and we have an interaction. In some people there's a certain magnetism that you usually don't bother to go figure out if there's actually something there when you're just walking around a park, but because I'm trying to do that, I go and I have that interaction, and there's that undercurrent that I'm trying to tap into and see what happens. And sometimes it works really well. Sometimes there's nothing and people just want a sort of silly poem, and I give them the silly poem, and that's the end of our encounter.